Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you for everyone that subscribed and liked my previous video. I'm glad you could get something from it. I'm just going to start today with a small little olive lure that I tied when I first started fly tying again. And funny enough, I didn't expect much from it, but I think I had 6 one day on it, which is a really good return. They were going mad for it, so I thought I'd share with this pattern with you. It's really simple. There's probably hundreds of variants of it out there. It's like a morph between the little olive lure, damsel-y sort of, could be anything. I think that's why the fish like it. It's really simple to tie, so anyone that's starting out or even advanced tyers can just throw a few of these in your box and they will catch. So I'm just going to run quickly of what I'm going to use. I've got a size 10 wet, barbless, black nickel strong with that 3.2 metallic blue bead, bit of weight in there. If you haven't got any weighted beads, you can put a plastic one on, even different colours. Just I went with the blue because of the olive and blue damsel coordination that the trout love. Yeah, if you're using a plastic bead, you can just put a few wraps of lead, just give it a bit of weight. And I'll just run through what we're going to use. Olive marabou to match that in the tail with some crystal pearl. The body is going to be a 2.5 olive chenille. And for the rib, I've got a UV Vineyard Pearl Lumex rib tinsel. You can use any type, but it's nice to have this medium cut one. I think large is just a bit too thick or it wide in diameter for this, because you want a nice couple of rib strands through the body. And then just finish off the tie with the Vineyards going to start off coming down the shank to where you'd imagine the barb would probably be. Trim the excess. Find yourself a nice plume. So I usually tear the bottom parts off because they tend to be where the dye lies and quite thick, and it's shorter at the bottom as well. So I'll just take a few inches off the bottom, and now you've got long, nice strands in the medium, halfway up. So I'll take 2 plucks, 1, 2, all in my fingers. I'll transfer them to my other hand, bunch them together, twist, and you can see your tail there. I'm going to trim the cartilagey bits in the end, and run your nails through, thin this material out here, because it will make the body too bulky if you don't. So I'm going to run my thread back to the top. Lie your marabou on there with a loose knot. Just going to come around, turn it in, and then holding the marabou up, just tie that on top there. And do one under, stop it spinning. Back round. If it was short enough, you could probably tie all that in, but mine's overhanging, so I'll just trim it. Finish that off at the top. And then I'm halfway down the hook, so from here, I'm going to put in my crystal flash. But I think that tail's slightly too long, So I'm just going to peel the ends off while you're holding it secure. With the other hand, just rip them off. Like so. Don't trim them. It just looks straight and ugly. You like it to be bunched up. I'm going to take one strand of crystal. Easiest way to do this is catch it in under your thread towards you. Give that about 3 turns just to get it in. And then bring them both round. Pinch with your finger so they're secure side by side. And then secure that flash in. Then we're going to trim the flash in line with the tail. Sorry about the recording quality or the angles of the camera. I'm balancing an iPhone on about 5 different objects here. I really ought to get a tripod or a proper camera. So there we are, flash, just wet that. Probably use that as a fly, but we'll just put a body in. Just trim off about 6 to 8 inches. It's probably more than you need, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm just going to pluck away the chenille fibres off the thread. And we're going to tie the thread into the tail. Loose knot, just catch it in, and then down. There we are. Leave that there, and now we're going to put the rib in. To the side, up the hook, finish off at the head. So we're going to come around with the chenille first. Touch and turns, as they say. And this chenille is really good. It gives quite fluffy body as well, which you can imagine. All the little threads will wish about in the water as you pull it along. Trim. Just secure that with about 3 turns. Then we're going to make a rib with the UV pearl. 3 turns. Secure with 2. Trim at the top. And then again, give this a couple of turns, and that is literally it. Don't worry too much about your crystal flash. When you cast that in, it'll in line with the tail. So if I wet it, there you go, all in line. So that's simply it, and I'm going to just varnish a thin layer to catch the knot. I don't have a whip finish tool, so I do the 3 knot by hand, just as good, because I've never had her flies and knotting on me using this. So just a thin, a bit more than I wanted there. Just use this chenille to get rid of some of it. Yeah, right. So I'll give this a 3 knot turn. It's done. Tight. Snip away. And there you are. An olive UV pearl UV rib. I like to match the rib colour with the tail flash. just think it looks odd when you put a different rib to a different attractor in the tail. And that is it. Really simple. You know, could be an olive tadpole, little damsel. You probably could jazz this fly up a little bit if you put some dubbing maybe behind the bead there, some flash of some kind. Maybe an olive or a dark blue or a purple. You could even put a collar of hackle there to really make it more of a damsel. But that's literally what I tied when I started out. And yeah, I'm sure I had about 6, and they were just every cast hitting it in this half-an-hour period. Yeah, this just figure of 8'd at a steady pace like normal. Intermediate, flowing lines, whichever you want. There's a lot more patterns I've tied on my Instagram page and fishing content. If you go over to Welsh_flyfish, I'll post the link in the description. And yeah, give it a go. Feel free to send me pictures if you do tie this. I guarantee it'll catch fish, guarantee. Any still water in the country. There's thousands of patterns like this anyway, and they all work. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you see you in the next one. See you later.